So, welcome back to the Ascendant land. Where we last left off, it was a bit of a continuation of the shitstorm that some people were trying to cause in Torm Village, but instead of it being Thoradin causing it, it was generally everybody else. But nevertheless, after angering some tier priests and carping out in the middle of the night, they managed to set up camp, sleep for the night, and as they wake up in the morning, feeling as refreshed as one can be, sleeping on the ground, you wake up. It is, after your long rest, it's around 10 a.m. of real time.
Nice. I think I've
Fairly clear day.
Okay, so we've all long rested and obviously had our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For those that have had dreams.
Does anyone wake the camp up at 3 a.m. screaming?
Not me.
Nope, not me.
Nope. All quiet.
No. Who's on watch? Turi and Talari.
Talari,
Talari.
I would say neither of you notice anyone in major discomfort during their rest.
Cool. Do we see it? Because we have tents. I don't know if we have tents actually. If anyone actually had, how do people sleep? Are they in tents or are they in bedrolls? I think I'm in a bedroll. I don't have a tent.
Also being a bedroll. He likes sleeping under the stars.
Thoradin doesn't sleep in a bedroll, he uses it as a mat.
As what?
Because it's not like a sleeping bag.
Man just...
Yeah, he just sleeps.
Wow.
No clothes, like, yeah.
No clothes.
Just
Okay.
there's one blanket. This is the blanket just to cover
As
him.
evidenced
Yeah.
by his lack of shirt, so...
Yeah.
He's always warm.
Fine.
Yeah, like Nadia's got like a little bedroll.
Okay.
It's probably made of fur.
I think most of us are in bedrolls.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have a tent.
Yeah.
I think Thoradin would appreciate a good cat. Or no?
You've got the potential to have tents if the weather was to turn bad, but you're still in the middle of summer. It's still fairly warm, so the need for tent isn't as necessary at the moment of the year.
Fair. All right. Yeah. Don't know if anyone else has anything. 'Cause Talari will just eat breakfast, whatever is around, and just stare at the fire's out. I suppose now. Keep it to herself mostly.
Krusk will go sit next to Thoradin because he wants to discuss more on the bounty situation.
You've come to the right man, Krusk.
Yes.
Nadia wakes up in a massive grump and stomps off to find like a stream to wash in. A little thundercloud over her head.
Wow.
Who else is around actually? Krusk is going to try and rustle up the gang. We have important matters to discuss, my fellow JC members.
Oh God. Well, I don't know if we gave you the memo, but we've decided
We're outside.
we're at least going to try and call ourselves Jace when we're trying to be a bit more covert about. Because even JC people might kind of, piece it together. At least with Jace, just our friend Jace, might.
That is true. Good
you know.
thinking, Turi.
Talari.
Talari.
Look, we have been together for a while. I know you had some memory loss, but come on.
I know.
I have not had my morning caffeine equivalent.
Caffeine equivalent.
That is a
Is
Chris
there
saying
fancy
from now
coffee?
on.
There is caffeine. Right.
Need my
There
caffeine.
is coffee.
I have not had my morning coffee, Talari. I apologise. However, Krusk is gonna smack the one of the bounty posters he took kind of down in the middle of where we're sitting or whatever, and say, "What of this?
What about it?
Wretched criminals are roaming the countryside, and we have to put a stop to this. It's in the name." Jace.
I agree. They should be brought to justice, and we should be the ones to swing that justice and possibly collect some gold.
Possibly.
That's not the sole focus, but
It's a factor.
I imagine that's the only reason you're interested, Thoradin?
it's a hefty factor, and people got to die. I need to crush some skulls at some point.
Well, we might be able to take them alive. The money's worth a lot more if we take them alive, so
So
perhaps we could approach this more persuasively.
So Talari will be like looking at this poster, reading all this small print, and she'll point to a part and go, "Hang on a minute, I don't think it's that easy. See this bit here? It says they walk around in the night without torches, but Dragonborns and Half-Orcs can't see in the dark, like me and you can, Turi. So there's no
They got
way."
magics.
Well, this is the thing. If they've got magic eyes, then who knows what else they can do. I mean, this part here that talks about nothing being left but dust, that also seems very dangerous. If they've got, there's high-level magic required to reduce somebody to nothing but dust.
Surely of no consequence to fighters of our stature.
Well, an energy even a mage can kill a fighter from before they've even reached them with a strong enough spell.
If I have learned
think it's safe to
anything,
say
it is
Nadia
no
is in
thy
this
enemy.
as well,
Sorry.
by the way.
Sorry.
I think it's just that Nadia, you can safe to say you are within this conversation if you feel that you're out of it in the stream.
Like, she'll stomp back 5 minutes later, still with a little thundercloud.
So yeah, you are part of this conversation for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, these guys, I don't think are meant to be trifled with. This is a very dangerous thing. It's not as simple as, beating up some thugs. I think there's going to be a lot more involved, and God knows how many there are.
Forgotten we already have a job.
There's no reason we can't do 2 jobs.
It's just simply on the way.
Justice is not a job; it's a mindset.
Technically, we
see.
already have 2 jobs.
What's the second job?
Working out all this fucking god bullshit.
Didn't we do that?
That's a fair point.
That's not a job. That's the
Didn't
lifestyle.
we do that? Okay, we worked out there was a death cult. Well, actually, we knew there was a death cult. Turi told us there was a death cult. We worked out who was in charge of the fucking death cult
Yeah, so
and got him banged in jail.
Right.
Now, Torm has vanished into thin air. Apparently, we're not so much leaving a word to the followers he was apparently previously devoted to.
I mean,
Orwell wants to cover the world in ice. Both the god of war and the god of peace have personally told me that there's a war coming. I do think it's time to go hunting fucking bandits.
Perhaps the bandits caused the war.
also,
Because of gold.
I mean, also,
She looks really unimpressed.
if the gods decide to go to war with each other, I don't really see what we're going to be able to do against that. We
Yeah,
can't-
you ever fought God? I mean, not an easy feat.
I think if we are going to look at
Chicken,
the
are
god
you
situation,
Jordan?
we must have some patience. It will take time to learn such things that are far above our heads. But I think Nadia is right. If we do this with the bandits, that puts our current mission at risk. There are dangers to bringing our medallion to thieves.
Hmm.
This is
Oh,
true.
fuck.
However, if the bandits are roaming the countryside wantonly, then they may pose a risk to us. Should they ambush us?
Yeah,
How
well, that-
preemptive
I mean,
is
If
this?
they ambush us, then yes, we're gonna fucking fight them, Krusk, you twit.
Yeah, but would you not plan to fight the enemy rather
Exactly,
than
a
being ambushed by the enemy?
it's a preemptive strike rather than blundering into an ambush.
Well, it's
But
only
instead of
Okay,
that, why not
Krusk,
head forward
Krusk.
with caution?
exactly.
Krusk.
We know that they're there.
Nothing about your conduct on any given battlefield we have ever been in has inspired me with any confidence that this won't involve any amount of blundering, no matter how carefully we bloody well plan it.
That's
It's
why I'm
like
bringing
we
it up with the group,
terrible
Nadia. I
guns.
think as a group together we are strong in ways that us individually are not.
Speak for yourself.
All I am saying is, if that is something that we have to do, if that is the best and rightful course of action, then we are going to need a way to protect the medallion, as that is our first job.
I mean,
And who knows, maybe somebody can put forward a particularly convincing case on how intimidating we are to bring them in quietly. These 3 brothers, whoever they are.
who's going to volunteer to just, especially if they outnumber us?
I can be pretty intimidating.
I mean, I don't also see how you're going to make something even more safe. I mean, we've got it around. Well, we put it where it is at the moment.
What?
I
What
don't see how
if?
it's going to be safer than that.
What if we could make? What if we could make it invisible?
Make it disappear before your eyes.
What if we could make it invisible? Congrats, Krusk.
Talari,
What if we could fly all the way to our destination? That's
what if we
about as
could
much of a
teleport to our
useful.
destination?
Just gonna lay a hand on like Nadia and say, "Simmer down, Nadia. This isn't just fantastical talk. I have recently acquired the ability to turn things invisible."
Why?
Is that
How?
the only thing you've acquired? And also, I agree with Talari. How?
You just this morning and
All-
thought, you know what? I reckon I can make things invisible today.
Wait, hold on, let me try it. I can make things invisible today. Thoradin, you're invisible.
Well, as you're all aware,
Oh,
I had,
why
uh,
me?
Spanish story.
Why would you ever want to get rid of
Does
this
it work,
face?
anybody?
Why would you ever want to get rid of this face?
Okay, easy, Thoradin.
Come on.
Yeah, then we'd just have your trousers walking around, which would be
Interesting.
an uncomfortable sight, I think.
I don't want to see that.
I'm
No.
not letting you try and make me
Whoa.
invisible, Krusk, for fuck's sake.
He's a great
No,
lens.
I do not
if-
trust you trying to make me invisible, and she's pointing a finger.
Yeah. Krusk just kind of shrugs and says, shit, I've completely mind blanked. Oh yeah, he's just saying, oh no, if it's about keeping the medallion safe, if you give it to me and the medallion is at risk of falling into enemy hands, I can turn
You-
invisible.
You can turn invisible.
Yes, but anything I am in contact with or in possession
Would
of will also turn.
invisible.
This is the new
That's
skill,
super
Krusk.
helpful. Super helpful, Krusk. What about the rest of us? Just wondering.
Because I hate to point it out to you that if we're in danger of the medallion being stolen by a thief or whatever, it's probably because the rest of us have been fucking shanked.
Hmm.
I
That's
don't
And
true.
you
believe that
being
will happen.
invisible is going to do you
And
a great
I-
amount of good
and
against
I-
a bunch of other mages.
I think our best chance of making it through these lands unscathed is to preemptively strike, and we can collect a generous reward for doing so.
Can you not make the?
Us-
Could you not make the item itself invisible rather than a whole person?
Oh, through these lands unscathed,
think I
you
can.
say, is to go and pick a fight. I don't believe I'm the one who has to say that going and picking a fight sounds like a bad idea.
Nadia, you were also against the necromancer. Need I remind you that we escaped mostly unscathed from that?
You
And the
died,
one
you
person
twat!
who died isn't complaining about it.
He's completely
Krusk.
fine now.
Krusk, you
I'm
died.
better
I
than ever.
nearly died.
I like pumps his chest. Feel that heartbeat.
Yes, you guys-
Thoradin slams his chest. Look at him. He's stronger than ever. He can
What
turn
the
shit invisible.
fuck,
Come on.
Krusk?
Oh my god. Oh dear.
He's better than
What
he was
the
before.
fuck?
I really don't think.
Also, Krusk, need I remind you, yeah, we got the necromancer. We also got Tyr dethroned, which really wasn't part of your bloody plan, now was it?
If it was his time to die, then it was his time.
Wow.
Someone's got to take the fall.
Don't think that's
I need to-
necessarily true.
I thought you were a
I think
paladin
s-
of Tyr. You can't honestly be saying like, "Oh, it's fine for him to be dethroned."
Well,
Tends to give one perspective.
yeah, also he lost all his fucking memories.
Oh yes,
And that.
I forgot about that.
So he doesn't remember being a paladin of Tyr, so he can say what he likes, frankly, but nevertheless,
Krusk,
it wasn't part of the plan. You
Kill-
did try to avoid it.
exactly what Nadia is saying.
Which obviously didn't go as planned. And now, to all intents and appearances, you're more interested in bandits and gold than you are in working out why an entire god has entirely vanished and left his fucking town full of death cultists and weirdos who chop people's legs off.
If you have any suggestions for investigating the god, then I'm trying to think of like formal language to use. I'm more than willing to hear it.
Think the main thing with the gods is that we are in a difficult position right now to find out such information, but perhaps based on the towns we visit, we might be able to find out more.
Oh,
I
ironically,
think
we
we
just
need patience. when it comes
ironically
to
we
the
just
gods.
we just left the one town that's related to Torm.
But
Uh-huh.
if Tom is not answering his own followers, why would he answer us?
Hmm.
Better
I could always
question
ask where
is
he'd
Torm's
gone, I suppose.
disappearance the concern of the JC?
Possibly. I
Given
mean, considering they're in
the
that holy
entire
triad.
point the entire reason we're even traveling together is because the gods decided that we were apparently interesting enough to like work out what was going on. The entire reason I am here is because I don't want my people in the middle of some pissing stupid god war.
Hmm.
And it is pissing stupid.
I'm not so sure we should be following along to the tune of the gods, to be honest.
Don't want to follow along to the tune of the gods. I want to know what they're bloody doing, so that when they try and drop a boulder on my head, I'm bloody well ready for it.
Well, isn't the best way to ask them? Like, I don't know about you guys, but occasionally you've said, the god. We all know that the gods are visiting us in one way or another. Why not use that platform to find out? I mean, that's the only way to talk to them. Maybe
Actually say
one of-
anything useful, Talari.
Well, better than
Every single one I've asked has come out with some absolute pissing rubbish.
I see.
I'll agree with that. Some of
They're
them are pretty
all full of
useless.
shit.
True. The ones that I tend to talk to just tend to want to get something out of me more than anything else.
Exactly.
So
Who
why
has
concern
thoughts,
ourselves
I'm
with them?
curious.
Why concern ourselves with them?
Because they've got the power to cover the world in ice, Krusk, you twat.
So you're saying that they're completely useless and that they talk a load of shit.
You talk a load of
But
shit.
you want
That
to? You
doesn't
want to? So what's your suggestion exactly?
She doesn't appear to actually have one. She's just like, like, I never said she thought this through.
Maybe.
So,
I mean, we don't.
considering-
We clearly. Well, we don't have a plan to deal with the gods at the moment. If we carry on doing other things, and maybe an opportunity to present itself, it's certainly not going to fall into our lap just because we wanted to.
I suggest I agree with Talari. We should have patience and look for clues as they come. But right now, we are not overly
But,
impressive. We are communicated by dreams by these gods, and as you say, they only talk to us in the way they wish to talk to us, and they only tell us what they want us to know.
Mm.
It will take time for us to get to a place where we might be able to learn more about them than they necessarily want to say.
Also, something tells me between the gods that are visiting me, Turi, and Thoradin, they're probably not the kind of people you want to ask any questions to.
Well,
They can be
Visiting
helpful.
you?
Hmm?
Who has been visiting you?
Not the nice ones. I can tell you that much.
The
Seriously, I'm curious
powerful
who
ones,
has been
though.
visiting you?
Huh? Sorry, say that again. Which ones have been visiting me?
Yeah, I think that was the question.
Just you know what? I mean, I told you.
I'm
about...
not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just curious.
Look. You know about my past, obviously, because I've told you.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking for your husband.
It's not my husband, but
Well,
yeah,
then, yes.
and sort of other tragic events and things. So a lot of the ones that
Uh-huh.
that seem to contact me are ones that revolve around sort of death and loss and things like that. Those types of gods.
Right.
Not the nice ones, like I said. Not the
Well,
ones
not
I
all
want.
the
Not the
gods of
ones.
Death are nasty.
Well, you got some nice ones,
it's
I
not
guess.
your fault, so Talari. They pick on you because you are a prime target for them because
This-
of your loss.
Indeed. So, which I can tell. It's not. They're not.
Yeah, but it's not
thing with
like,
gods,
it's
they're
not
pretty
your
obvious.
fault.
No, I know. I didn't say it was, but it's like, it's. They're very one-dimensional gods. They tend to. There's a reason whether their title makes their personality or their personality makes their title. Who knows? But if you've got a god of death, like that's all they're really thinking about. So, and plus, like that kind of person, you don't want to be asking for favors and so on and so forth. And I can't imagine the ones Turi and Thoradin are talking to that much better. I mean, we saw what happened about
Told Auril where she could stick her frickin' ice storm,
I mean,
frankly.
Fair enough. But we all know, like, Thoradin's one, for example, was giving him this whole...
I mean, look
Some
at this
massive
beautiful hammer
eye
in
roll.
my hand. This
you know,
beautiful hammer. Look how powerful the gods can be if you side with the right ones.
hmm,
They can be useful.
yes.
Although there's not so useful like this helm dude. Visited me last night. Seems pretty useless. Protector of something. I mean, come on.
What helm did you throw it in? What
What's
did
he
you
gonna,
want?
what's he gonna give me? I've got the
he say-
strongest pecs ever. I mean,
Wow.
what's
Did he
he
offer
gonna
you
pro-
anything? Did he want anything?
He said he was going to protect me or something, and something about protecting allies, but no.
Protecting
That's-
allies. Thoradin, no, tell us more.
That would have
Especially
done
about the
it.
allies.
I don't think you guys need protecting. I mean, you've got me with this beautiful hammer.
Oh my god!
I'll thunder on call.
Wow.
You guys don't need that stuff. We're good. Yeah. He seemed pretty useless. I mean,
Cross looks a bit put out about the fact that he's not going to get godly protection.
Well, you know, I'm sure you've. I mean, have none of them visited you, Krusk? You know, after
yes.
obviously, I mean, you've got, you know,
Yeah,
you're
you're
you're essentially on the market now that you've got Tyr, you know, in trouble. Maybe no one will touch you because you got Tyr in trouble. Who knows?
I tried my very best with Tyr, however, the things just were not meant to be. I have been visited by Mistra. However, it was more of an introduction to the fold since I've acquired some rather
Turned into a
interesting
wizard on the
abilities.
slot.
I don't know the formal term for it. This is all very new and confusing to me. However, I do appear to possess certain abilities now, which I did not possess before.
Like turning things invisible.
The ability to turn people invisible, apparently.
Well, in my experimentation, yes, one of them is turning things invisible. Another one is Krusk is going to look around, and then he'll snap
Sticking
his
around with
fing-
magic in the house.
He'll kind of snap his fingers, and then 4 glowing lanterns will kind of just appear, floating in the air around us.
Dancing lights.
It's neat.
Yes.
yeah, that's how they see the dark.
So, what you're telling us is you now have magical abilities.
Ah, yes, it would seem so. Yes.
Like, if that's not a
Right.
magical ability, I want to know what is.
Interesting.
For such a tanky dude to be outputting this magic seems a bit strange.
Wait, if you've
comment about
got
my
some
weight,
magical
Thoradin.
abilities... Oh no, it's okay, we have 2 of the big people. I don't have to be the frontliner, so that would have been terrifying.
You aren't the frontliner.
I am
Tyr. You're
not
too
the
squishy for
frontliner.
that. Yeah, you've learnt that lesson, haven't you?
I know very well now that I am not the frontliner.
You're getting an
I
eye
will
roll.
take the hits for you, Turi.
Put a hand on Turi
Just
and
say
say,
no.
"You can be my frontliner, Turi."
I
I
don't
believe-
He
really
doesn't
want to
want
be the
to be a
frontliner
frontliner.
I
in
believe
any
in you,
way, shape, or
Turi.
form.
If you want to be a frontliner, Turi, you do it.
I really... No.
Turi, if you can do anything that you want.
Krusk, you're wearing plate mail.
Yes,
Shouldn't
chainmail.
you chainmail? Sorry, shouldn't you be in the front?
Krusk kind of looks down at himself, looks back up, and says, "But I just don't want Turi to feel like she can't do it."
To be fair, Turi is best positioned in the shadows or behind, you know, stabbing them very hard or punching them very hard and cracking necks. I don't really think up in
I
their
don't like
face
to see
is
you
really
doubting
impressive.
yourself, Turi. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, about doing anything I want and God's visiting. I was visited by Bahamut.
Pissed off now.
Okay.
But
Wait, who visited you?
really?
Yeah.
Does he? Okay, is he pissed or does he like you?
A bit of both. I've been
It
given
could be.
an opportunity for penance.
Right.
We should
What, for
say.
accidentally following the wrong god for 200 years?
Yeah. And basically.
I mean, that's
causing
not
Bit
guilt
that's
much,
not
isn't it?
not really your fault. I don't really think you need penance.
Exactly.
That's all right.
I think there are probably some signs that I willingly ignored. I agreed to the penance.
Okay.
Because actually, Krusk, I thought it was something that you would do.
Hmm.
And
That
after
looks a
such sacrifice of all your entire life and memories, I thought that somebody should be trying to be as justifyingly righteous as you.
Well, this is bizarre.
Nadia seems to think that this is privately very funny and is giggling quietly to herself.
Krusk is,
Look,
a
the
bit
point
lost for
is,
words.
I may be acting a little bit differently because I am going to try to repay Krusk's loss and many other people's losses for what I have done my entire life.
Is this what you want, Turi?
I, with the death cult, had purpose in what I thought was justice, and now I have the opportunity to truly give to justice. I think that's worth going after for any kind of penance. I had 200 over 200 years of my life doing terrible things, I can take this penance.
What does the penance involve?
Oh, I'm not so keen on going straight into the bandits and killing all of them.
Interesting.
You get
Because-
this exaggeratedly disbelieving look.
Well,
I
The
mean-
thing about it is, those bandits, yes, they are thieves and killers, but they were not born that way. They did not start out life that way. Much like I was at some point an innocent baby. So perhaps we can try to convince them, and then if that doesn't work out, then we kill them.
When was the last
you have
time
changed, you have
anyone?
changed, Turi.
When was the last time anyone convinced a bandit to stop banditing?
It's happened before. People
I-
have a change of heart.
I
As
don't.
Turi said, perhaps some of them have been
People
forced
don't
into this
change.
life. We should. I agree with Turi. If we go after them, we can offer them the option to.
They can have a chance at, and then if they fail that, then we smite them.
They will stab you at the first chance. They're bandits and killers. They always will
We'll,
be.
we'll subdue them, and once they're subdued, we can have a chat with them, and see if they'll repent.
I am willing to go in first of all of us to offer them that chance, and then I am very happy for you all to be around me to save my life when they decide that is not what I want to do.
Does
But
seem
you're
to be a
gonna
theme.
give it the shot.
But I want to give them the chance. Like, I wish that
You
I
mean like
was
how you'd
given
be- how
such
we-
a chance when I was, in my early hundreds.
Basically, you're trying to employ the same plan that you had when we were in the church in Torm Village.
Yeah, because I have been on the other side of this. I have been the evildoer, not knowing that they were that evil. They
I'm
should get the chance to realize what they are doing.
I mean, I don't
I'm
really.
with you.
FIFA
this,
only went
Turi.
wrong in the church because they've changed the locks on her.
That's also true.
Everyone deserves a second chance. I believe in what you're saying, Turi.
Thank you, Krusk.
Well,
See? I know it would be what Krusk would want to do.
I guess if they come at us, we'll defend ourselves. You can do your little heart to heart. That will fail, and then you know,
Problem is,
and then
is
we
if
can
we-
hand over their hands or head or whatever the hell these people want, and Thoradin gets his money. But I don't really feel that we should be, as Nadia said, detracting from what our actual task is. If they come at us,
is-
fine.
is if-
Let's not go searching for them.
if we don't go searching for them, then the problem is if they find us, it'll be much worse for us.
Well, I mean, Turi here is adept at the whole ambush and sneaking. If anything, you'd think with after 200 years, she'd have a keen eye on clear ambush points. Like that looks
Actually,
like a good
that
ambush
is
point.
very true. Every journey we've made so far, we could have been ambushed at least several times, and I was keeping an eye out for all of it.
So all we have to do is
Pretty hard to jump
if-
out on.
if Turi is up front with whoever's driving, most likely, obviously not with Nadia, I suppose. 'cause
Being
Nadia drives.
violently paranoid does
Then-
have its benefits.
And then,
True.
she can warn us. Turi can warn us when we feel that we're in a place, and we can prepare ourselves for an ambush. Ambush
I
only
could
wo-
also
am-
scout ahead.
ambush only works if you're surprised. I wouldn't go too far ahead, Turi. Last time you went off ahead, you nearly
Didn't go
you
so
died. You
well.
nearly died.
I will go ahead with the intention of coming back.
Wow.
I believe that
the
was your
intention.
plan. The second.
Oh,
the
trust
first
me,
time too.
I was very focused on thinking I could do it on my own. I have learned my lesson. I will come back for help.
And how would you inform us of said help?
If all else
Well,
fails, shout.
I'm
really
faster
loudly.
than anything. I'm faster than the cart, and I'm faster than any of you.
All right. If you're comfortable with that, I suppose.
And if it has to be, that cot is pretty fast.
Mm. Well, I suppose, yeah. Yeah. Well,
Also-
that seems like that sounds like a good plan to me.
I've had a thought, and I think the amulet's talking to me.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
You
Please
mean
no.
you mean the evil amulet with
Yeah, not just at random. I had another fucking stupid dream last night.
right?
It might have been an annoying god, but it might have been the fucking amulet. Because all it did was ask me for help.
For help? No.
For help. Well, exactly. But
Yes.
nevertheless, just putting that out there,
Wait. What did it say exactly?
help.
That
That's
It
it.
all.
didn't say anything else.
That's it.
Nope.
What form
I
did
just
it
got like
appear
this
in?
vision of like a skinny old man in a room and asking me for help.
Interesting.
And you think it's the amulet?
Well, I did think it was one of the bloody annoying gods, but I have now thought again, and it might be the amulet. I don't know.
We never did an Arcana check on this thing, did we?
Can I roll Arcana, Matt, on the amulet?
I think
Well,
Talari,
with it now, can you identify it?
Talari would cast up, would do Arcana. He
Can-
basically, what Talari's trying to gauge is, how do I explain this in magical terms? I just won't. Basically, want to tell if this thing's evil or good, based on
I also-
on the energy that it's given off. Because we are assuming, based on the dude that gave us this amulet, that it was an evil god inside of it. That might not be the
No,
case.
it was like the demon lord of the undead,
Yeah,
wasn't
that might be
Yes.
completely not the case. You know, it could be giving off celestial energy for all we know.
Can Krusk do the same? Because he'd also. I'm starting to have doubts because we, like Sonny said, we've only got this guy's word to go off that it's actually an evil monster in there.
I would like to do nothing because I can't do anything like that.
Oh, Krusk isn't done well on his Arcana.
Are we do? Are we?
It's
Are we?
it's
Are,
first
are,
time.
are we allowed to roll it? I don't know. If we, okay, I wasn't.
I mean,
Yes. So
Okay, I've got my number.
I've got my number.
you are
Do I get
trying to determine if it's an evil present.
Yes.
Okay.
Evil
what
or a
does-
good present. That's basically what.
Evil or good? Okay.
Yeah,
Let's say demon or not.
yeah, kind of thing.
Well, I mean that's a different question entirely because you have evil gods and good gods. So
I just want to focus on demon.
Yeah.
Is it a demon or not?
is
Yeah, I
it
think-
demon?
Hass and Sunny are asking two different questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So evil or good for Sunny.
Yep.
And then demon or not for Hass. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What's your number, Sunny?
21.
21. It's definitely evil.
Definitely
Hass.
evil.
Checking if I have lucky.
No, you don't.
You don't. You always check and you never do.
I just didn't take the feat this time. 9.
No. So
Yeah.
you get the sense that it's something bad in there, but
Well, it's definitely evil. There goes that my idea of it being potentially, you know, a good thing.
Well, at least you know we can trust our benefactor.
Definitely. I'm a little bit more inclined to believe that it's not something we want to help. So I guess we can.
Right. So, Nadia, what did the creepy, skinny person say to you in the dream?
That's it. Help.
Look up.
Great.
I think we'll
Let you know if another one comes along.
Great. I think we should probably keep an eye on that. And if you start acting strangely, someone else is taking the necklace for a little while.
probably
That's
not
fine.
Krusk because he might help them.
Yeah.
Hey, they might be well intentioned.
And you know, and again, not Thoradin because they could just offer him.
It's all weird about it,
Something.
yeah. Got all weird about the
Just
sword.
Give me power.
Yeah. Well, this
You
is it.
did get a little bit weird about the sword.
A
You're
little
easily
bit.
correct.
A little bit.
It's okay.
The feeling, I cannot explain the feeling of
bull.
holding that in my hand.
He wanted to
power.
sleep with the sword. You know.
No. What? How would you sleep with it?
I don't, mate. I
following-
wouldn't want to put it past you.
Don't
The way you were
go down
acting,
that route. We don't want to know.
Sorry,
I
sorry,
cuddle
but you
my
are
hammer.
easily
I cuddle
seduced
my hammer.
by a lot of things.
there was a weird. There was a
Including
weird.
you, apparently.
There's
Hey,
definitely a
man,
weird
it's-
relationship going on there, man. They're very sorry. There's definitely a weird relationship going on there. No
I
one
would
is
never
that.
cheat on my hammer. Stormbringer.
So back to the original question.
Dude.
It sounds like the group decision is you don't want to go looking for the bandits. You want to risk it traveling through, yeah?
Correct.
We could always come on the way
think we
back.
should just keep an eye out for
Yes.
the possibility of any kind of ambush. And if then that happens, then we get involved.
Mhm.
Because I do not want to bring that medallion towards thieves' hands.
They can. If they start it, we'll finish it. That whole, you know, I don't want to go seeking for a fight, but obviously we have to defend ourselves. And you know,
I just feel like a cart's definitely going to get discovered. But if it's the group decision, then
well, isn't that more reason you guys want to
Wait.
attract these people as it is?
You can make things invisible now, right? Can't you make the cart
Ah, the
invisible
cart-
or
the
some
cart- the
crazy?
the cart is too big. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay.
Fury.
What can you do exactly? Like,
I can turn my. Oh, what else can I do?
yeah.
This is all very new to me.
You're like a mage person now, right? What is it? Do you have a staff? A wand? Crystal? Book?
Krusk is gonna draw his sword and say, since my fall and return, this sword, it, it it speaks to me in ways it didn't before. Whenever I cast
Good
magic.
lord, there's not another one.
No,
Great
this is just a personal connection with the sword. And
Now you've
feel
got a
like-
personal connection with your sword.
yes, whenever I try to cast magic, I feel like I use the sword as a sort of focal point for my magical energies.
I see.
I guess that makes
Creepy.
sense.
Right.
That makes sense. He was using weird energy through it last time, you know, with his, what do you call it? Divine Smite? So I suppose that makes sense.
Yes, my godly powers,
But,
which I
so,
no longer possess.
are you a wizard? Well, I guess we were in a Zuth City, so that guess that makes you another wizard?
I don't know what the term for it is. I just know that since my return, I've been able to tap into the magics of the arcane.
I mean, there's a lot of, okay. Alright, okay.
I have no formal training. I'm just like anyone else here, except I can do some.
Well, no experience.
I mean, I could use magic. I mean, that's
Gifted
not...
some innate powerful abilities or something.
I believe the abilities may reveal themselves to be more in times of duress or stress.
What?
Can I have Talari roll an Arcana check for me, please?
I think that's giving me a slightly different idea of what this is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say sorcerer.
I'm going to say
Krusk.
wild magic sorcerer.
No. This is for the sword, not
Okay,
not for anything else.
Alright, 24.
Okay,
24.
well, that's my guess now. Sorcerer for Cross.
24.
So when you saw it was cured by what's her face?
The one that wanted a lift to.
The one that wanted to lift, yeah,
replace entirely.
Aragorn. There we go, Aragorn. When it was cured by Aragorn, it felt good.
Yep.
It doesn't feel as good as before.
Is this the sword that Krusk is wielding?
Yes, this is Bahamut's breath, the same sword that you got cured.
I don't think it's
By
Bahamut's
Aragorn.
breath anymore, is it? No arcane knowledge
I
over
don't-
here. This sucks.
What am I going
My
to do?
current going guess is Hexblade Warlock, actually.
Ooh,
Could be, actually. Good job.
that's a good
He
shout.
loves warlocks.
Yeah.
From
loves
the
warlocks.
uses his magic through that. That's all I know about Hexblade Warlocks, but it does fit.
That is not a bad shout,
Don't-
especially
yeah.
considering the Christmas stat.
Yeah. Krusk, that sword,
Yes.
it seems to be... How do I explain this? Obviously, you know, when Aragorn, you know, sorted it out, you know, made it
Yep.
nice, you know, made it all good again.
Yes.
It was filled with sort of divine energy and, you know, this good
Mm.
energy. The same thing I was trying to search for in this medallion.
Hmm.
Are you doing anything to this sword? Because, not to alarm anybody, but that good energy is seeping, whatnot.
Is it evil now, or
It's not
just
so much
not as good?
not as good. I think is a better description than necessarily evil. You know,
Be stupid, Salo. It's not all leaky water skin.
it's well, I mean, it's not going to come back. I don't think. So it's kind of like a leaky water skin, I guess. I don't really know how this is. This is very weird magic.
Krusk, you said you were visited by Mistra.
Yes, I believe so.
Do you have a little conversation with her that said, "Yeah, okay, I'll use these abilities with the sword"? Yeah, have it.
She was more welcoming me into the fold of magic users, I believe. I confess myself very curious, Talari. I don't know what could explain the sensation you're feeling. Perhaps because my faith in Tyr has waned?
But that's a Bahamut's breath. So surely it would be more tied to Bahamut. If anything, would be stronger now that he's you know, become more
That's
into
true.
more
He
into
was
power.
crazy cool as well. He's like this massive dragon. It was awesome dream, by the way, guys.
I,
So you get
Seriously, hope
visit-
we meet him.
You get visited by a cool dragon who's like, yes, I will offer you redemption, blah de blah de blah. What do I get? A bunch of fucking show-offs and somebody who tries to threaten me into doing what they want.
And to be honest, I really did not expect to be visited by anyone on the good scale, like ever.
fair.
So this was a whole brilliant,
To
wonderful
fair-
experience for me.
To be fair, I have been visited by the goddess of peace, which was a bit like, what? Are you sure you have the right person here?
Yeah, I was kind of like, when Bahamut turned up, I was kind of like, are you going to kill me? Are you here to just destroy me? What's going on?
Hmm. They don't seem to, actually, to be fair, in these dreams they don't seem to want to hurt us, or they can't, because
Yeah, it depends on the god.
oh okay, no one's ever
Trust
harmed
me.
me, but they've been doing.
When Cyric gave his brand to you, that did feel pain, but not HP damage pain. It felt hot and that did hurt.
It hurt, yeah.
I'm just going to tell you now, Talari. After Cyric realized that I totally betrayed him and was going to ruin the death cult, he straight up murdered me as myself in my sleep. That was not fun, and it hurt
But
a
you're-
lot.
But you're
But
not.
you're not dead.
Yeah, so you're.
No, but it hurt a lot. I just want to make that clear. That trust me, they can hurt you in your dreams.
Hmm. Good to know. Good to know.
Unsettling.
Inside, they can hurt you inside.
Yeah.
Unsettling.
Yes, that's
Terrible,
that does-
terrifying.
Yeah, slightly worrying.
On
but,
the other hand, you didn't have any physical damage. And I doubt that was because he was feeling forbearing. Maybe he
Oh.
can't just straight up kill you.
Well, probably not, but trust me, it was creepy as fuck. And you know, do you have any idea how hard it is to just simply like? We only trance for 4 hours.
Hmm,
If I can't go to sleep, I can't go to sleep.
hmm. To be fair,
Yeah.
there are definitely damaging. You can damage somebody
That-
beyond the physical.
Does sound pretty horrible, actually.
Hmm.
Absolutely terrifying.
Might have to not reconsider, I suppose, but you know, contemplate my responses to some of these gods. Then.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I said, I did tell Oriel to shove it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Brutal.
And by the way, if anyone's interested, she's trying to plunge the world into eternal winter and wanted me to like go around spreading storms and shit, which probably accounts for the shitty weather they've been having up north.
Hmm.
Oh, it's similar.
I'm glad they didn't talk to. She didn't talk to Thoradin then.
Oh, I think I've already been.
Oh God,
Speaking
Thoradin.
Thoradin.
of
Very similar.
locations and that kind of thing, I should probably explain. Part of my penance, after we journey to our destination for the medallion, I have to venture a little bit further into Baal's scrotum.
That name just makes me smile. Why do you need to do that? Where
There's
we
an
going?
old temple to Bahamut inside the forest between there and if I'm not pronouncing this correctly, Makakal.
Marikal.
Licky's range.
Oh no.
Oh, that one. But
Licky.
Miliki.
The goddess of
Miliki.
forest.
thank you.
Miliki.
Miliki,
It's funny
as-
dodges, anything.
yeah, and I have to go there to seek my penance, and for that I do not wish to involve all of you. After this mission is done, I can go that far alone if needs be.
Hmm. Well,
But
let's
it
No,
is
I-
something that I will have to do.
let's cross that bridge
I,
when we
I
come
will
to
come
it.
with you, Turi.
Let's.
I can protect you against the scrotum.
Oh, okay. I agree with Talari. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. But
Yeah.
I thought I should let you know.
Fair enough.
Shame we probably can't go back to Tom Village. I wonder if those priests did tell everybody that we were dodgy as fuck.
Who knows? I would be very wary of any.
I mean, we did prove their point for them by skipping town, but my other thought is that maybe we should like continue pushing off if
Yeah.
they're likely to turn up and cause a fuss. Is there?
Hmm.
Yeah, we should probably go ahead and find what is it, Krusk? You wanted a cat?
Cat?
Was that it?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I wanted a guard dog
and
so that we
and
didn't
Nadia
get
wanted a guard
ambushed.
dog. Which actually, speaking of, if we are going to go through bandit-infested roads, a guard dog is a great idea.
This is why I want one. We have a death cult on our trail, 2 angry gods on our trail, possible bandits, and anybody else who fancies coming and having a go. Have I missed anything?
We do seem to piss a lot of people off.
Well, at least I do.
Hmm.
Like, Turi, I think, wins the pissing people off by, like, giving 2, like,
Actually,
murderous gods the finger
As
in quick
just
Yeah.
succession.
explained,
And it's
I'm
also
trying
Turi's
to
fault
work
that-
on that.
And it's also Turi's fault that the death cult's after us. Actually, Turi tends to be the source of most of our problems now that I think about it.
As just previously explained, I am trying to work on that.
Really?
It's the
Okay.
whole penance thing.
I
I'm
see.
hoping maybe
Angry at you, says
Bahamut
Nadia,
would
and,
maybe
like,
be
clapped her on
kind
the
on us.
shoulder.
Hmm. Wow.
Screw penance.
Yeah, Thoradin, we know we wouldn't catch you apologising.
No. I just say how I feel. You know, if I offend people, so be it.
We know, Thoradin, we know.
Yeah, fair.
Alright, I guess we better head off. We don't really want anyone catching up to us.
No.
So
Right, well, let's find Krusk, the fluffiest cat in all the land.
Oh yes, the what was it called again?
Reginald's Recreational Regional Training House for Pets and Purchasable Companions.
Oh, just amazing.
yes, that one.
Absolutely amazing.
Great. I wonder how he fits all
so-
that on a sign.
It's a very big sign.
You'll see.
I bet it's like 2 signs.
Probably.
Like just crosses over.
Maybe.
So you spend the next hour or so preparing the rest of the horse and the cart and everyone else for the rest of the journey, and by the time you get off, it's not too far from where you camped. About half an hour or so from once you actually get out and everything on top of that. So it's close to midday, around 12, half 12, in the day when you do reach up to Reginald's.
Oh, here we go.
So as in the horse and cart, I'll swap it so you wanted Turygurtha in front.
Yep.
So as you pull up to Reginald's Recreational Regional Training House of Pets and Purchasable Companions, you see that it is quite a well-guarded range, like compound farm range.
Ranch.
It's got ranch. That's the word. It's quite a well-guarded ranch. There's 2 guards posted every 500 meters or so. As you're riding up the lane. As you approach, there's a huge, as you can imagine, a huge banner posting saying Reginald's welcome to Reginald's Recreational Regional Training House of Pets and Purchasable Companions.
Well, I guess that's how we did it.
There's people walking, so you're in a car. There's plenty of people walking up the road, and there's before the main entrance bit, there's guards taking payment off folks.
Hmm.
So as you
My hood's
pull
up, by the way, Matt.
Cool.
It's up.
Well, this
As
is this is more guided than I thought it was going to be. Here, I thought we would just, I don't know, rock up to like a stable or something and, you know, shop.
It's
I thought-
quite a surprise.
I'm glad the cats are adequately guarded.
It's not just the cats, Krusk.
How are these guards dressed? Are they dressed like guards, or are they dressed more in like leather and fur and?
They're dressed in standard armor.
Okay.
They look like they've generally got their own armor, but they're all
Okay.
got an emblazoned R over their chest.
Okay, so they
They're
are
private
just a bit
guards.
more legit. That's fine. I was actually concerned that this place was like under bandit protection, you know. But that's fine.
You do notice that all of the people you've seen so far are of elven descent.
Okay. They're not wielding pickaxes by any chance, are they?
No,
Okay, that's fine.
They have
No.
pickaxes? What?
The bandits do.
Oh, right.
no, they're all just got swords, short swords, bows and arrows, just standard like guard gear. What you basically can see in like Torn Village
Yeah,
and
yeah.
such.
Cool.
But what you've noticed so far, all of them are of elven descent.
Whatever, I guess.
Interesting.
So
Up to the entrance, I guess.
as you pull up to the entrance, they go, "Hold there! How many are you in your cart?"
5? 5.
How many adults? How many children?
5 adults, no children.
Right, it's for entrance. It's 5 silver per person, so that's 25 silver, please.
There's an entrance fee?
Wait, what? What are we paying for? Just to go in?
Yeah.
Or through?
Is this not a store?
Charging entrance.
From what you know, this is used as a zoo almost for quite a lot of
Oh, I
people.
see.
The cost of these animals are out of the price range of a lot of people, so they generally use it as a zoo. So
I see. Right, I'll hand over my 25. Was it 25 silver?
25 silver for the.
If I put 25
It's
silver.
only 5 each.
Yeah.
Oh, 5
25
each.
silver for the lot.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
hand over my 5 silver.
Yeah. Nadia is going to ask the guard where to go if we're interested in making a purchase.
Well, Reginald, he wanders around the place. You spot him. He's the only human around here, really. He's got a mustache, goatee. Walks around like he owns the place, you know, the kind of sort.
Which he does.
Is there... It says
Go-
somewhere I can stable the horse.
Yes. If you see, he points to the far bottom on the map. Says, "Those people there will handle your horse for your stay while you're staying here."
Thank you. She will drive
Okay.
down, give the horse to like the groom or whatever.
Yep. So you hand over the money.
Yep.
Sweet. So you all come over here, and you're in Reginald's recreational regional training house for pets and personable companions.
Well, let's see.
Welcome, folks. You see a majority of people filing into this large barn here,
This is cool.
and
Yep, on the right.
people looking majorly like excited or like, "Oh, what we're gonna see today?" Or are we gonna see anything new? Is anything new in today? Are they gonna do any showcases?
Oh,
or
do they do
anything?
like tricks? You know, like the seals in the zoo do.
Yeah, to a
Jumping
lesser
through hoops
extent.
and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
It's like a proof of how trained some of the animals are. Because if you imagine like a saber-toothed tiger is quite a wild beast,
Yeah.
and having it and proof that it's actually safe and it's actually trained to the owner's command.
It's like an advert almost.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
a lot of people in Torn Village were talking about Reginald's recreational regional training house for
They
pets and
were.
personable companions.
You just like saying the full name, don't you?
It's funny that a lot of people still use the full name.
Wow.
It's like-
So have you got any
It's
idea?
uncanny almost.
Have you got any idea what you want, Krusk? Any plans? Any ideas? Getting a
And smaller.
I think
Well,
I'd
thank
like
you,
a
Krusk.
nice feline or two.
She's gonna like
or
reach
three.
up and ruffle his hair. Something nice and fluffy and cute.
Yes, the fluffier the better.
Seems like only yes. I never thought you were an animal person, Krusk. It feels like only yesterday you thought the horse was racist.
This was racist, but luckily for the horse, I don't tarnish all animals with the same brush.
I see.
This isn't racist. You just scared it.
It didn't like me, the look of me.
Well,
Well, that's probably because you're wearing all that fucking armor.
Well, let's see if the cats like you. I guess.
I
go
would just
find
like to have a word with the stable keep here. Oh, you
What
can go
about the
ahead.
racist horse?
Yeah, along some other things.
Oh my God, Krusk, why? I mean, there's,
So-
I don't really. It's not really any interest to me. These animals.
Nadia is gonna like put her arm through Turi's and go, "Should we go looking for guard dogs?"
I guess.
Probably on
You don't
the
have to
whole-
come. You can stay here. Just sit in the flipping car if you're gonna be a grouse about that whole
I
thing.
think it's probably best. I'm not a huge fan of animals.
You wanted a guard dog.
I think the guard dog is a good idea. It doesn't mean I have to like the guard dog.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Both of you stay here if you're going to be killjoys then.
It's just not a thing that interests me.
I'll come with you, Nadia.
Good, you come with me.
Let's go see
Also,
the
these
big
things are
boys.
bloody expensive. Or are you willing to like go parts?
Thoradin has my money.
I'll take that as a yes.
Turi's cut, yeah.
You're not willing. You're not willing to pay for yourself.
Well, I suppose it makes sense. You guys are the ones that are, partial to this guard dog idea.
However, if it warns you of an ambush, then you'll be pleased it's there. Right, come on then.
If it saves my life, I'll pay you.
You'll give me some money, will you?
At some point, yeah.
That is a handsome admission from you, Thoradin.
Yeah.
Actually parting with your gold?
Oh, you can't argue with the results, I suppose.
Actually parting with his gold. Right, let's go and find this Reginald.
Cool.
It's
So-
gonna go find a stable boy and then catch up with him.
Okay, so Krusk is gonna stable boy. Nadia and Thoradin are gonna head up to the main
Be
barn.
right back, I'm gonna get the WC.
That's alright. We can handle Krusk first, and then Talari and Turygurtha are hanging with Barn in the stable area.
I'm
essentially for
gonna
now.
keep an eye out on the surrounding area to see if any bandits decide to raid this place for its exotic animals and expensive values for that.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's heavily guarded against that kind of thing, so who knows?
Just in case.
Talari will probably read the Book of Holg. Why not? If we're going to start getting some bizarre random ass creatures, especially if Thoradin is involved with the picking, God knows what he's going to come back with. So at least the Book of Holg might, I don't know, reveal, at least inform of Talari of a bit of what's going to happen almost.
Thoradin isn't the worst judge of character most
Yeah.
of the time.
Like in case he brings back a death dog, at least Talari will know that it's a death dog.
That's true. Better to be prepared.
Yeah.
By the way, if you find out that they brought something back and it doesn't have a killer instinct, we're sending it back.
Well, at least Krusk's not doing it. If it was Krusk, he'd get a budgie or something.
I mean, he's looking
kid-
for
or
a
a
cat right now, so...
Oh, it'd be like a kitten or something. Something that's not actually going to be useful. If Krusk went away and came back with a massive tiger, I'd be impressed. But I don't see that happening.
People would be impressed.
I don't see it happening, honestly. But
So, Krusk and the stable boy.
So, yep, I'll go up to him and I'll just be like, hello there. I am Krusk, and you are?
I'm Michael. Nice to meet you.
I can hear the fan fiction already. Krusk and the stable boy.
Oh god!
Why'd you have to say that out loud?
well,
So Krusk will say, you must see a lot of traffic through this place. Any sort of rumours, any trouble that you've had recently, or are things generally quite quiet around here?
Well, you see, sir, I stick to the ranch. So and it's nice and well guarded. You see all the guards here. They're the keeper's night protected even at night here at Reginald's Recreation and Regional Training House of Pets and Perishable Companions.
wow.
It's a mighty safe place here, and I mean, I get to look after all the pets and all the horses that come and stay, and it's a great. I don't really, no one ever really talks to me, so.
I see. I see most of the guards here are elves. Do they all come
He
from...
himself is also an elf.
Ah, I see. A lot of your friends working here. How
It's
did
got quite a family atmosphere. You see,
Oh.
Reginald, he really likes to keep it in the family, and
I see. But Reginald
know.
himself is not an elf, is he?
no, he's a human. He is.
Okay, I'm not going to press him more. We heard some terrible rumors from the town we just came from about this new organization. Krusk is going to make a big show up, be like, what was their name? Justice Collective. That was it. Have you heard anything about them?
Oh god. Here we go.
I never heard of them.
Okay.
I tell you, I'm just stable boy. I am.
If anybody comes through here, who claims to be from the Justice Collective or who talks about them, could you let me know? I'm quite curious to learn more.
When am I supposed to let you know? People are only here for a day or so.
Well, in that case, it's fine. But in case you hear anyone talking about it, just see if you can spot me.
He looks up and down and says, I don't think I'm going to get any chance of missing you, sir.
Krusk will like pat him on the head. Atta boy, and he'll go off to the pet area, like the pet buying area.
So as the three of you are walking towards the main barn, you see a about 60-year-old human male. He's about 5'10", 5'11". He's very straight and square, like he's been in the military for a very long time. He's got grey and whiskery aspects to his hair and his goatee. And he's walking with purpose towards the barn that you're also walking towards. When he spots you, he says, hello! Welcome to Reginald's Recreational Regional Training House of Pets and Personal Companions. How can I help you today?
Hello. We're looking for some felines to purchase.
Oof. Wow, okay. Yes. Anything else? Or just cats you're here to peruse?
Wolves.
And
A cat.
I
I'm
would
looking
like-
for a guard dog.
I would quite like a
Dogs.
bloodhawk as well.
Hawks?
Bloodhawk
Oh,
for Krusk?
Bloodhawk.
Do you want a hawk for Krusk?
Oh, I've always
Fancy
liked
one?
animals. Yep.
Cool. Okay. And a hawk, I guess then.
well, just so you know, fully trained animals aren't cheap to come by, so you have to make sure you've come with coin.
Money is no object, my good sir.
It's gonna be of some object, Krusk, but
No object. Can I do transfers here, Mr. Reginald?
We generally, if you're going to make a large purchase, we generally ask people to stay the night so we can confirm the transfer is complete with old Joaquin here, but
Of course. Very astute business sense.
so anything else you want to ask of me, or do you want to see the wares? Excuse me.
We heard
See the wares.
some horrible stories of bandits in the area, but I imagine they don't give you too much trouble. With your titles.
No. Bandits ain't going to give us any trouble here with practical garrison of guards around. They could try and siege us for days and days on end, but no bandit's ever going to get us. No. No.
Oh
Very
god.
confident there.
That's just it's like that, it's the old guy in the film that's saying he's 2 days from retirement. That's what that is.
They're very impressive, and your guards, they all seem to know each other.
Oh my god. Every elf
What
knows
do you
each other.
mean? I don't know.
They all
You
seem.
mean they're all elves?
where do
You
you
mean
go?
they're all
Thoradin! No, Thoradin! That's very offensive. We don't say that here.
That's what you were trying to say. Come on, you got to be direct, man.
They all seem to get on quite well with each other. Yes.
Yes. And
Together, Krusk, you muppet.
Okay, they're all elves. Why are they all elves?
Go on!
The outburst.
Oh my god.
It's not as much brains as you have. You silly
That's so
man.
hard to ask. Why are they all elves without saying why they're elves?
Why are they all of the elven persuasion?
Oh dear.
Are they? Honestly, I've never noticed.
Can I roll insight on that? What the hell?
Yes, you can roll insight.
If I had a lucky point, I would dump them all. Oh, I got 21. Is he lying?
It's not so much he's lying, he's just trying to make the most of an awkward situation you're making.
Oh my god.
It's
No.
obvious
Yeah,
that,
it's gonna
it's obvious
take.
that he knows that they're all elves, but
Oh man.
They don't actually look the same though. They're
Nadia's
elves, but they don't actually look the same.
Nadia's
So,
gonna
elves,
take
half
Krusk
elves.
by the elbows, point him at one of the barns, and go and find a kitten.
I would like a trained cat, actually,
Little fluffy kitten.
and a bloodhawk. The
You'll
bloodhawk's very
match in
important.
terms of how many brains you've got.
Crust will go off looking for animals. 2 cats and a bloodhawk he's after.
2 cats and a bloodhawk.
Yeah,
Oh, he
I
wants
think
to give
you're
one to Turi, doesn't he?
Oh god.
right.
If
You-
it's not
Reginald will
black,
point you
I
to
swear,
It'll be a bright white. It'll be a white cat.
I'm gonna get a white cat.
Ginger.
and you two, a wolf and a guard dog. Is it? Are you
I
going to
took a
be
dog.
any less obvious about discrimination to my staff? Because
Look,
this might get awkward.
It was just him.
that's Krusk being an idiot. I don't really give much of a damn about your staff. I will be entirely honest. I just want a wolf or guard dog or something that will mean I'm less likely to get ambushed by bandits.
Wonderful. Then for that we can do business.
Thank you. And I apologise for my friend. He's an idiot.
Yes, I can tell that.
So good.
Crust is just baffled.
Right.
He's never seen so many elves in one place.
Oh god.
But they're elves. They're not like
You're
I don't
quite
know.
lucky that the 2 elves in the party are in the wagon.
Yeah.
That's true.
It would have been funny if they
So
were
many
white
elves
clothes.
in one place. You were in a
Yeah,
city
so-
that was full of elves.
No, but this is just elves. You know, it's very homogenous here.
But
They're
these
all
are like
inbred.
these are half elves, like all the way from wood elf, high elf, drow, like all types of any combination of elf you can imagine they're elves.
Something
Like
right
it
here.
It's just
Yeah.
elves.
It is
okay?
a bit strange.
Super sus. Super
Yeah,
sus.
it's a bit
Yeah,
strange.
it's a little odd, but whatever.
It's like some elf cartel.
Whatever.
He's got his
Maybe this man has got a harem of elf lovers and they're all his kids.
It's much like
Yeah, they're all it. They're all it.
But that is absolutely not something Nadia would ever say, I see you. We are going looking at dogs.
right. So
Possibly
you go in.
wolves.
So you go in, and it's what you can. This looks like a stable. It's like a quite. Well, you go in. It's a very large room, a lot larger in the inside than it is on the outside, and it's just filled with paddocks and pens of different various of animals. So we've got cats, tigers, saber-toothed tigers, lions, wing lions, panthers, blink dogs, death dogs, devil dogs, Valana hounds, hellhounds, wolves, direwolves, winter wolves, guardian wolves, giant eagles, hawks, bloodhawks, Valana hawks, and weasels. So that's
the weasels. Just a random weasel at the end.
To the end.
It's like a
Sorry.
little family. We used to have a little run. Like, well, from what you can tell, all these animals are very well cared for, very well acted after. You can get a sense these are probably druids, most likely, or some form of ranger. The kind of people that are taking, like, are the handlers of these animals.
Hmm.
So they're very in tune with them, and you can see that they are doing various displays for the crowds that are gathered. So they have some weasels doing like runs, as like mazes to try and like get through things, to get for like little scraps of meat and such. You've got like tigers who are just you know how you see like police dogs in action, and they have like they say the command when the police dog goes like bam, and the guy with like the arm thing on, and the arm thing gets like torn shreds and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, like with like that, but with a tiger,
Blimey.
Sick.
and like, but it's like a proper trained tiger. So like on the instant, like the command word is given, the tiger goes, and the instant the tiger stops and goes back into more of a playful mood. You can see from the tiger at least. For the death dogs and the devil dogs, these aren't inherently evil creatures, and so you only see experienced ones out in the open, and there are like other channels where the other animals could be stored while they're untrained and could be unsafe to the general public at least. And the especially trained or the especially good behaved animals are out and about on display. That's what you can see. So this is the myriad of color and such you see around you as you walk in. It is very much like a zoo, carnival-esque atmosphere that with all the people. You can very much see why people would want to come here and experience time here for the day and then come back and still talk about it because it's like things that they've never seen before.
Must smell something rotten.
No, fairly clean.
Really? Oh, so many
Because
animals.
you can tell this isn't the main place that the majority of the animals are kept.
Oh,
This is
okay.
more just like the show place.
Right.
So
Okay. Wow.
yep.
Take a minute. Yeah, take a minute to look around, see what there is. Honestly, like OC, I'm fairly into. I think a direwolf might be a good thing to get, but I am open to suggestions.
I think it's going to be more a question of cost than anything else. I mean, 10 times whatever that, when the prices that Matt's put, if you want just a trained one, it's 10 times that price. So if you want like a death dog,
so if
that's
you want a
gold.
direwolf,
it will be 1,000 gold. Yeah, I know.
It's 1,000 gold for a trained direwolf, or 500 gold for a basic trained direwolf.
20 times.
So
what's the difference between trained and basic trained, Matt?
So basic trained, you can expect it to act in its natural behavior. It'll do sit, stay, speak, kind of thing, but it hasn't necessarily got the wherewithal to attack what you say to attack all the time. There's a chance it could act within its own accord. So if for example, OC, if it was to sense danger, it might go out and try and attack the danger without your say so, or not alert you first. Whereas a trained one would alert or do some kind of thing. An experienced one
can do more fancy stuff. Yeah,
it's basically unrattleable. It's top of the line.
Yeah.
Is it like a familiar kind of, if it's experienced? Like it will kind of just follow you?
Yes, yeah. You can imagine. You can expect familiar-esque attachment to an experienced animal.
Yeah, basically like
but
if you had summoned it. Basically.
Obviously, you can't communicate in the same way as a familiar could.
Yeah.
But you can expect that kind of control.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Man. You can definitely understand the depth of command you could give it for an experienced animal.
I mean, so I could say to it like, go find this person and give them like this letter. I don't know, for example. Would it be able to do something like that, or is it still
within reason?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they'd have to know
where it is.
Depends
if it knew the person and what it had been trained to do. I mean, like,
for example, if you're able to give it like the smell of the person, say find the person with the smell, and give it this thing, then it could do it. Like you have to work around it.
It won't know. It won't know how to.
Even familiar couldn't do that task inherently.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's not going to know where Tear Town is. You know.
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge like the intelligence level.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
But I think a lot of these.
But this is one reason I said, is anyone else willing to help out with it? Because if we split it, we could afford something like a decently trained direwolf. If not, we couldn't.
I mean, Krusk knows exactly what he wants.
You've definitely got my money on your side.
Yeah. Well, between us, if we pay like 500 each, then we'd be fine.
I'm spending a lot on the cats and stuff, so let me check how much.
I mean, a cat is just one gold, so it's not really.
No, but I'm getting experience. I'm getting experienced cats though.
Cat's only like 50 gold, 20 gold.
Well, I wanted to get 3 experienced cats and an experienced Bloodhawk.
3 cats. Every time you mention these cats, the number of cats you're getting goes up.
Just
up to 3 fucking cats.
I just like the idea of Krusk with a bunch of cats.
For OC information, if you remember in Pirates when you were against those wolf-hound things in the prison that nearly killed you, that's a guardian wolf. just to be
That's
clear on
deciding it.
how
Okay.
terrifying they were.
Guardian wolves are cool, but also very, very expensive, and I don't think we can afford one. Which
That's
is why
exactly
I want a
why
dire
they're
wolf.
expensive.
Yeah.
What would Talari do if I actually gave her a cat? Would you just reject it?
She'd be
Wait,
like,
Talari or Turi?
Damn it, Turi.
oh, okay.
She'd reject a cat. She doesn't want. Turi said she didn't want a
Just
cat.
snaps its
If I
neck.
just
No
turned
question.
up with one, yeah. I
If
don't
you-
want you
if you-
killing the cat or anything.
If you turn up with a cat, being her recent mention of her penances, she couldn't kill it.
Yeah, it's a good start.
But
She
I
doesn't have to be.
don't think she'd probably give it much attention
Oh no, that's horrible.
at,
Alright,
at first, at least. I don't know what would happen from after then, but unless it shows some prowess in combat, I don't think she's going to see the benefit of the cat.
don't think I want my cats in combat. Alright, 2 cats and a bloodhawk. That's what Krusk is going for. 1 cat which is black, 1 which is white. I'm gonna call them yin and yang.
Wow.
Very symbolic of you.
Oh
Okay.
my god. What if one dies?
Justice cat.
We unbalanced.
So to go and get them. I won't let them die. Krusk won't let the cats die.
Just
Okay,
and
what level of
Justice
floofness
cat.
do you want these cats? Do you want a full floof, mid floof, not floof, like
No,
a hairless
full.
cat?
Full on floof.
Full floof.
As if there was going to be any other
Like-
option. You give Krusk an option of floofness.
like Snowball from Stuart Little, kind of like floof. Lots of
Floofless.
Yeah,
fur.
exactly.
Gonna
perfect.
get
Full
everywhere.
floof.
Oh my god.
You're gonna wake up with fur all over your place. Right.
Nailed it. Perfect.
Wow.
You're going to get the true floof, all the floof, and nothing but the floof.
But to be fair, Krusk, I don't think you can handle the floof.
You can handle the
Handle the
floof.
Um,
And the bloodhawk can be whatever, I guess.
Okay, so you want a two fully experienced cats,
Yep, and an experienced bloodhawk as well.
an experienced bloodhawk.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's for
That's 200 for the blood.
So
talk.
240 total, right?
240 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reginald goes up to you and says, "That's quite a lot of animal you've taken on. Are you sure?" That's the tokens. Nice. There's quite a lot of animal taken on there, son.
Ah, yes, I have something of a penchant for these
Have
animals.
you had many pets before?
No, sir. These will be the first.
And you're willing to do what's necessary to keep them in their current condition.
I
Keep
would
them
lay
well
down my
trained,
life.
well fed, and well conditioned.
Well trained. I will feed them, and I will guard them with my life, and I will give them unconditional love.
You see, I can understand that from just a normal kitten, but these are some of my best cats. I need to know they're going to a great home. Like these aren't going to anybody, and for a person to look at my family almost and wonder what's wrong in this place, it has me questioning your judgment. Why would I want to sell to you?
So Reginald, I will do whatever it takes to prove to you that you should have no doubts about trusting these dear cats to me. They are more important to me even than my own life.
Even though you haven't got them yet?
He's going to like sort of turn and say, when I laid my eyes upon them, I knew they were the ones.
Are you willing to do absolutely anything?
Anything you desire.
Oh god.
Are you willing to stay here for the next week to gain my trust to sell these to you? To prove I'm working in the barn, in the stables, just like
That's not.
the rest of my family work. And look after them and prove to me and us that you will do what's necessary for these.
Krusk is willing, but then I don't know, a week's quite a big deal.
A week's a long time, man.
Krusk might be willing, but the rest of his companions will probably kick up a fuss.
Yeah.
I mean, we're safe here, right? The bandits aren't. Apparently, the bandits can't attack.
We've got a thing to
Farm.
do.
There's no
Yeah,
time
we
limit on it, right?
I mean,
Just to
if
get to the
that
place.
medallion is talking to Nadia, there's no reason to hang on
I mean,
to
to be
it.
fair,
I love
all
the.
Nadia's
We're
said to it
safe
so
here,
far is,
right?
oh, for fuck's sake.
No, we're not safe here. We're never
No.
safe. Nowhere is safe. If anything, you staying here a week puts all these people in danger.
Yeah.
I really want the cats though.
Oh my god. Just get a stray cat. Like
No,
why-
no. And this
not-
guy's like also questioning cat integrity, which I feel like
He's-
he can prove now.
Yeah, Krusk's honour has been impugned, and
Yeah,
therefore
I think-
Krusk needs to redeem himself.
Yeah, I think Krusk needs to redeem himself. He's gonna look Reginald full in the eye and say, "I'm willing."
God damn it all.
Well, this is going to be a laugh and hard.
Oh, Tyri's gonna hate this.
Roll
weak pets.
a persuasion check, please.
Do I get advantage because I'm so genuine?
No.
Nice try.
Against anyone else, maybe.
Oh my god, I didn't roll well.
If we have
What'd
to
you get?
do a week
It's
with
not very good.
animals, Tyri's gonna flip a shit.
Oh wait, oh I got perception. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Will you roll persuasion?
Question 4.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm gonna take a print screen to show that this is Natty. You can see the perception roll above it, which I clicked accidentally, which wasn't very good. The cats are destined for Krusk.
Okay.
I literally, my heart sank, and then I was like, oh, "That's not persuasion at all."
Wow.
Tell you what. I'll let you leave with one of the cats and come back in a week's time. And if the cat is still fine, still within healthy, then maybe we can discuss again. Sell the rest.
I clasp his arm and say, I won't let you down, Sir Reginald. This cat will be the most cared for cat in all of cat history."
Fair. And it's the black cat.
Nice. I won't
So-
call it Yang then, because it won't work without both. I'll call it something else.
Classic.
Sooty.
So you pay the 20
My
gold.
wife's cat's called City.
So 20 gold.
It's unreal.
T is not the most original black cat name in the world.
Krusk
No,
isn't the most noble guy.
it's not.
Now Reginald says, now you have the cat. Are you willing to buy some provisions for the cat?
Yes. That was my next question. Please point me to the right direction so I can get what I need to care for City.
Well, I mean, to get the full experience.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll come back to
And
this.
so
Scan.
the salesman reveals themselves.
For just 100 pounds.
you can do it because you're gonna come back here in a week, aren't you?
I
Or
will.
5 days.
I will endeavour to. Our travels may mean that it takes a bit longer than that, but I will certainly return here as soon as I can.
Well, I'm gonna be hopeful that you're gonna come back in 5 days, right? And kitted out enough to look after this cat for the next 5 days. I recommend another 30 gold of equipment.
Wow.
Or a
That-
cat.
That will sort you out. That will sort you out for food. That will sort you out for a little leash, a little collar, a little tag. We can even emblazon it with the cat's name.
Need
On
the
it.
fluffy tag.
Change.
Along with a few toys to help with the cat to make sure that it's going to stay interested and invigorated with you while you're.
It's an experienced cat. Shouldn't need any of that.
It needs to be. It needs to be. It needs to be maintained in its current state.
Don't forget the
That's a good
comb.
Yeah, he's gonna like kind of stroke City and say, "What do you think, City?
Oh my
You
God.
want the toys, don't you?"
It's like I'm running up to you now.
Nice.
Um,
Okay,
What do you think?
30
so,
gold.
Let's go kill the bandits.
Yeah.
30
the,
gold,
um,
as if by magic, appears in Cross hands.
Reginald will place the cat in your hand, and he will say, "Look at the cat. Look at you. Point the cat into you, and say, something in Infernal.
Oh
one you
my
can
god.
Oh my god! I don't know Infernal. Do I recognise that it is Infernal?
You could probably get a chance. After Infernal, you can if you understand that it's an infernal-ish language, and the cat just almost nods
Oh
and
my
and
god.
goes back and goes up to you. Like the transaction is complete.
Nice.
That
I'll
So
hand over
you
the.
paid the extra 30.
I pay the extra fare, yeah. So I
Sweet.
get all the extra cat stuff.
Reginald's secretly a devil.
yeah.
Because we might be going. Oh wait, what do I get? I get a load. I'm just going to assume I have a lot of stuff for that. I need to
Yeah,
get
so you've got
extra
provisions
food.
for the cat for the next 5 days. You've got
What kind of stuff does it eat? Because I have a feel. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get to Azuf and get back here. So if it's longer than 5 days,
It'd be
I
like
might
fish, I imagine. Like
Fish, meat.
pieces.
meat.
Yeah.
Meat. They're
Nope.
inherently carnivores. Are
Cats
like
are obligate
lions.
carnivore.
Can I
But
buy?
they can eat. They can eat other things, but generally not advised to.
Can I buy an additional 10 days on top of food?
Sure, that's an extra 10 gold.
We could forage it.
No.
You can.
This guy requires food. I mean,
God.
15 days of food should be more than enough for City, and I need to prove to him that I deserve the other cat.
You know you've forgotten completely about this Bloodhawk situation.
The hawk was just like a nice benefit.
That was the most useful one.
Oh, I get a hawk as well. I'll just be like, I ran a hawk.
Just...
No, the condition is that you come back in 5 days.
Oh,
and
okay, fine.
you can
Okay,
get
no,
both, you can
the
get
cat
both.
is the priority for sure.
Wow.
Because like if you haven't had any pets before, it's a lot of commitment to look after 3 fully experienced animals from his end.
If that
At least.
cat doesn't end up with some either mystical powers or absolutely scarred by our adventures,
I'm half expecting it to talk to Krusk in its sleep.
I am quite disturbed that he said something in Infernal too.
It's just the command. Like, if what you can imagine is that it's just like the command word. Like how hard it might be for someone to come in and try and take his animals. So he has to have a very specific kind of command that only his animals understand that the controller's taken over.
Why not Druidic? Why Infernal specifically?
Or Sylvan, because he's an elf person.
Oh, it's just...
He's human though.
He's
Oh,
Oh
he's
yeah,
human,
true, yeah, but yeah, okay.
But,
I mean,
Anyway.
it's not enough to make me doubt the cat. I'll just
No,
take the cat.
no.
Can I cast dancing lights for the cat? I bet he'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
Nice.
The equivalent
Certainly
of equivalent of a laser pen.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I'll just keep the cat amused with dancing lights.
Oh my
Certainly.
god.
So for Thoradin and Nadia, so you're looking
Doggos.
around for there's blink dogs, death dogs, devil dogs, Welenar hounds, hellhounds, wolves, dire wolves, winter wolves, guardian wolves. Well,
Having like OC
available
having had a
dog
look at all the things, like
Mhm.
Direwolf seems to be one of the most suited to
so
our
yeah,
like...
so OC, they're all based around the CR rating of the animal.
Right.
Yeah, so the more expensive
So
the
100 is a CR1, and then it's just the
Oh,
fractions.
I see. Yeah, but like
dog
I say,
is cheaper than the direwolf, just to be clear.
what's that? A
Yeah,
blink
some
dog?
dogs
You
do.
just
Blink
want a
dog is
blink
cheaper.
dog.
I just like the
Yeah.
fact it
They're
teleports.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want a teleporting dog. I want
I
like...
know. The direwolf
want-
is probably the best decision.
They
I
are
don't
pretty
want a
ugly.
If not, then no like Death Dog. I suppose if it's based on CR, it depends what they can do. I guess.
Death Dog was definitely a consideration, but I think the Direwolf wins out.
Let's see if they've got...
Yeah.
It's a
Just
meaty
about.
beast.
I did really
big
want the
old-
winged lion, but it's very expensive.
Oh my God, a Death Dog has
the
de-
Direwolf wins out on like hardiness. The Death Dog is like good, but
This-
also a wee bit squishy.
This may or may not sway things, but a
Two
Death
heads.
Dog has 2 heads.
I know they do. That was the reason that it was the other contender
Oh,
because
okay.
they're like better for like the alert thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose
Then
if-
again,
Heads
Yeah.
like in
no,
agreement with each other.
it gets advantage on various checks because it's got 2 heads.
Mm.
I went and looked the stat blocks up.
Oh, okay, cool.
To be
Yeah.
fair, like the Death Dogs and the Dire Wolves are the 2 that Nadia will be looking at.
Yeah.
Which
So-
one's your most ferocious? Reginald.
Oh my God, just shows you the Guardian Wolf.
Well, out of which? Out of all of them, or out of?
Well,
Right,
are the
out
ones
of
we're
the Death
looking
Dog
for.
or the Devil, out of the Death Dog or the
Yeah,
Direwolf.
we want your most ferocious.
I want the most
Well-
ferocious Thoradin. I want a guard.
Okay.
My God, you need something more than a guard. You need something that's
Well, I
gonna
mean,
attack.
You need a
a
killer.
Guardian Wolf is the best guard of them. But it is
I'm
also
sorry,
one
we're
of the
not
most
made
But
in
they're
Valkyrie.
also very expensive.
I mean, who's gonna buy
They are
Guardian
worth it.
Reginald? I mean, come on.
Who? I mean, to be fair,
Is anyone?
the people. Yeah, I've known Helm encampment soldiers or mercenaries to purchase them on their way past.
So you guys know
You
the winged lion is the
take
same
what
price
kind-
as
You
the dog.
kind, you,
I mean,
you
the wolf.
don't get to dictate, Thoradin, what we're getting because you were the one who said you weren't going to contribute your gold. If you're going to contribute your gold, we can probably afford a Guardian one. But if you're not, they're too bloody expensive.
As
So
long
you
as
can
you don't
shut
get a
up.
dog that just goes around licking hands. I mean, we want something that's gonna attack.
No, we're not going to get a dog that just goes around
Obviously
licking
not.
people's hands.
Like a Guardian dog is huge. Like, is a huge.
It's a huge creature.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a huge beast. They're
That is
like the same
massive.
size as a person, right?
No,
That's
depends on
bigger.
the medium.
They're
Huge.
bigger.
It's bigger.
Bigger
It's
than
two
the same size as
sizes.
the horse.
Yeah.
Also,
But you can
also,
ride it into battle.
also, Thoradin, we're going to have to feed the fucking thing. And it's enormous.
Yeah.
That is true, actually.
That is
Oh,
true.
try
How you
Feed
gonna
it
feed?
people.
I'm not saying get one. They look fucking awesome, but
He could feed
Yeah,
on our
we're
enemies.
going to have to feed the goddamn
Yeah,
thing. And
the,
it's
the Guardian
enormous.
Wolf is about the same size as the horse.
Wow.
So I think it might be a wee bit big for us to take care of, you know?
I was just most ferocious direwolf.
I mean, if you look, what's your budget?
Maybe
Sorry, I didn't see that. Hear that?
maybe 1,000, says Nadia.
Maybe 1,000. Okay, so a direwolf, a fully trained direwolf, will set you back 1,000, or you could get a lesser trained, a more trained Valinor hound.
I don't know this. Was
Valinor Hound. That's
oh.
an OC question.
I don't know. That's a new one on me.
I don't
Ooh, they
think
can
it was
magically
Valinor
bond. Does it come with the
Hound, this-
bonding thing? The magically bond thing?
Yes, so
Okay.
the stat block, it comes with the stat block.
Oh, okay, cool. Ooh, you
This is
basically
a
get familiar if you get the Valinor Hound because you can talk telepathically with it.
Let me look it up. D&D.
Would be quite actually. That's really good for
Yeah, and
They're
it gets,
big-
it gets,
they're
and it gets,
big.
and it gets the advantage as well.
They're pretty
Oh, the
weak,
one-
but they do. You can talk to them, so you basically get.
I was
like
about to say, they're
smart
squishy
familiar.
as fuck, and I
Yeah,
don't
so
want this
it's-
thing getting cut in half at like the first opportunity.
Good for scouting though. You could send a dog ahead and just.
To be
like,
fair,
tell them what's
though,
going
Yeah,
on.
but I
argument-
don't want it
Talari
getting
is a
cut in
healer.
half.
If you wanted just a scout, though, wouldn't you pick a Valinor Hawk? Because if that's got the same abilities,
Ah,
I don't
Oh
want
my
a
God, we should
scout.
get
I
We don't
want
want a
a
scout, we want a guard dog.
guard.
yeah.
I've Hawk scouting's really useful. Holy shit, I might get one.
Yeah, I don't want a scout. I want a guard. The Valinor Hound would probably be a better scout, but the bigger dog would probably be a better guard.
Mm. Yeah. Just a little bit harder to stealth, I guess, if you got a big fuck off guardian or whatever it is. I don't know how big.
Yeah, but
the-
we've also got a paladin in full plate.
That is very
Nadia
true.
and Tori, Nadia
so
and
true.
Thoradin, the nut job squad. The
Yeah.
only one who, and you wearing a bright red robe, like the only one who's even slightly stealthy is Turi.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
don't think a wolf is really going to tip the balance that much. They're not
Yeah.
that bad at sneaking anyway.
No, yeah, they got
anything.
+4.
I'd probably take the wolf instead of you lot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They've got a pretty good dex score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
stealth
you're
plus
willing-
4.
If you're willing to extend your budget, it's only about 500 gold more for a Hellhound or a Winter Wolf for a basically trained one.
The wolf would be so sick.
It would. But a basic
The
trained
benefit
though.
of
Do you need a well trained? Because you just want it to stay and bark.
Yeah, but
basically,
it
right?
won't do that if it finds because that's the thing. If
No,
it,
wolf is trained, right?
Because no, but no, yeah, but no, because from what they were saying a minute ago, what Matt was saying is, if they find something enticing enough, if they're only basically trained, they'll just go after it. You know, if
Eventually.
you've got a winter wolf or whatever that's only basically trained, it'll just see a rabbit and fuck off.
Potentially, it depends. It's like if you can imagine a trained animal, you don't necessarily have to do more to keep it trained. Whereas if it's a basically trained animal, you got to just keep working. Part of your RP will have to bond with it more, train with it more, so that it's not going to run away at the nearest convenience. You're gonna, it's not the end of its journey of training. It's going to understand basic commands, and it will be able to do some stuff with you and like attack. Whereas just trained one you don't need to spend the RP energy to do that necessarily, or you don't have the risk in battle or something bad or good or extra good or risky happening with the animal.
What's the difference between trained and experienced? Is it just
so experience is familiar level control?
Yeah.
It'll basically do whatever you ask it to without blinking.
Yeah, I get that one. So trained is
like
is
trained is
a merely trained animal might bulk if you order it to risk its life or do something unusual, I guess.
The way I'm looking at it is like a trained one is more like a normal animal, whereas experience is more like a smart animal.
So the difference between having like a domestic house dog to like a police dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think just trained is all you really need to go.
It's true.
If all you're doing is a guard, if all you're doing for a guard, if you're not going to use it for attack, which you probably won't. If it's just to guard, then I think only trained is all you need, really.
Okay, bit of a curveball here, but basic trained saber-toothed tiger. Just throwing it out there.
You know.
Oh, come on. Stop widening.
Sorry.
Okay. The basic trained saber-tooth is 1,000.
Basic trained.
I don't think basic
winged
trained's
lion.
We're not getting a winged lion
into battle.
No.
Well, you need 2,000 for that. That's ridiculous.
I don't think basic training's good enough. I don't think for what we want.
Okay,
I think basic training would be perfectly fine for what we want. Personally, that's what I was going for.
I think with Nadia, we'd get away with basic trained because I think Nadia would quite easily go to the effort of keeping it trained.
Absolutely,
like she has done with the horse.
She has done with the horse.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you are proficient with sort of animal handling, so you are very good with animals generally.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, this is one of the reasons I thought of it.
All of his money into getting a winter wolf over a dire wolf for basic trained and Nadia to train it, 100%. Turi has no idea what's going on, so happily take her money.
You got to keep in mind also that these animals do come with a base alignment. So a basically trained winter wolf, which is neutral evil. The training helps overcome some of its natural abilities of evilness and such.
Right.
So there is that factor to have in mind as well for some of these animals, where if their general alignment isn't aligned, then they're going to be fine. But if it's like an evil alignment,
Shelley's not so keen on tigers.
So if a child
killed her once.
So if a child made a loud noise near it, it'll probably bite their face off.
It's extreme. It's a very extreme example. But like tearing, it's likely to tear a bandit to shreds before your eyes, rather than stop at your command.
Yeah.
Or stop.
Someone needs to get the Valinor Hawk, man.
You should, well, you know.
I'm banned from getting.
I definitely think that she would prefer the dire wolf. Weighing up all the options, it's like the decent thing. Like it's the nice middle ground between like getting the super good stuff. On the other hand, if we get a guardian wolf, we'll have to feed the fucking thing.
Feed itself.
Feed it.
Just feed it the bandits.
It'll eat the horse.
Oh, we should 100% just
but we
feed
don't
all
want
the
it to eat the
bandits.
horse. That's the problem.
Apart from the hand, right? That's the only...
To be fair, with with any
car.
kind of wolf we were getting, we were going to feed our enemies to it. There's no way that we weren't going to do that. So
Feeding
so
our
funny.
enemies to the wolf. We can go hunting deers. I'm not giving them some scummy old bandit.
Yeah, I agree. That's just nasty.
It'll give them a nasty, funny stomach. That will.
Give it some veal. Let's give it the good stuff. Come on.
Exactly.
all right.
Like, make sure it's well trained off. It's not going to harass my cat. My cat needs a very serene environment.
Just a cat
Yeah,
to be
no,
dead.
Nadia will be like, I think I'd quite like a dire wolf, but then she'll say, as long as it's not going to try and eat Krusk's fucking cat.
I will literally kill it if it makes any aggressive moves towards my cat.
No, you have my guarantee that any trained animal that leaves here will not attack any other trained animal from here. We're all well enough known around each other that they'll be fine.
Do we get a refund if it does?
Good.
No refund.
No refunds. That's it. Just
This guy is shafting you with add-ons DLC
Oh,
when
yeah.
you buy your animal. There's no
DLC,
way. There's
baby.
no way. There's no way you're getting refunds. There's
Well,
no
we finding
way
it's like
advanced.
none of these animals were trained. They're just like
They just run off. They scarper. Like
Sprint.
They go run
So
run
if
back
you,
home.
if you
Yeah.
bought an untrained one, maybe.
That'll be so
Well,
funny.
no,
We
that's
won't
the
put
old
this to
scam,
see
isn't it?
happen.
You
Yeah.
sell someone like a dog or whatever that's trained to run off in the night and come back to you.
No, so Regiment has a good reputation, at
Uh,
least.
Yes. I want a dire wolf, please.
Yep. So if you're willing to pay the 1,000,
Yep.
then you can get the.
What do you name
Burn
it?
my money, Thoradin. Burn it.
So how much money do you have
I think
on
I
you?
have. I think I have my £500 because I got the money out of the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I still have most of my money like on me in coins because I didn't put
Yes.
most of it in the bank because I was
Mhm.
going to buy an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I bought like I've definitely got my 500 like in coins, like in the bottom of my bag or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't know about Thoradin.
50. So you got 550. I can transfer the rest.
Make
Actually,
a
I'll
bank
just transfer the
transfer.
500.
Yeah.
Keep the 50.
So he has a policy of if you're going to transfer anything, you need to wait a day there
You need to wait
just so
overnight.
that they can
That's
confirm.
Oh, yeah, we have to
You're not
do
gonna be able to go. He's not gonna let you go away around any of his animals on the same day.
A day's fine. 5 days was a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A day's fine.
You guys are lucky I rolled unbelievably well on my persuasion. Otherwise, we
Shit,
might have
yeah.
been sitting here for a bit.
You would have been sitting here for a bit. Let's
You
get
would
that
have been
right.
sitting here for a bit.
We
Yeah.
probably would have left you,
Yeah.
Man, Krusk, he needs those cats, man.
But yeah, I
Yep.
can give him half. I can give him half up front.
Okay.
But Thoradin will have to give him the other half, I guess, with a check.
Mhm.
The equivalent of such, yeah.
Could we have medieval check?
So it's basically what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
writing out.
I don't
Yeah,
really
the-
like that.
It is
Oh, I
the
didn't read.
equivalent.
Oh, you give me the bounty posters, I guess.
Yeah. So Reginald has a connection with Torn Village and the Torn Village's bank, to do it a bit quicker. So yeah. So if you're willing to stay the night, then in the morning you can leave with the.
I'm just saying, if we
Dial.
killed the bandits, we could afford a winged lion.
Bandits and then come back and buy a winged lion.
Focus on the current job,
Then the winged lion. Got you.
And the winged
then
lion.
maybe come back for the winged lion later.
Then we get and the other cat as well,
Oh my god.
which is
Yeah. So if you want to stay in the night, Reginald will put you up in one of his rooms. One of his rooms.
Is he not
Oh.
going to raise the same fuss he did with Krusk over Nadia getting that wolf? Or is he just going to be like, oh yeah, you can have one?
He's kind of looking at you, and he saw that you came in handling the horse on the cart. He has a more intimate knowledge that you at least know what you're doing compared to Krusk.
Krusk got an
I was
experience,
just curious.
which I guess is like a high pedigree. Type
He
thing.
does do the. Do you need provisions for the wolf while your travels? Or it
She's
can be
going
quite difficult at first to get the resources going. You see.
she's gonna look at him, look at the size, because the dire wolves are quite big, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. It's
Large.
a large creature.
They're a large
yeah.
beast. So he's gonna look at the thing. Say, we're staying here tonight. Then I will need food for it for tonight. But other than that, I think we're gonna have to go hunting regardless.
Food tonight was covered. He's still ours until we get the confirmation from the banks. So in the morning he will become yours officially.
Besides, it's a good bonding experience.
We're going to sleep with the wolf.
Ooh, I'm gonna go hunting with the wolf for fuck's sake.
It's a good bonding experience, lie down next to it.
Be a good
You
pillow.
know?
Speaking of bonding experience, if Matt, if we don't get like an adorable scene of the massive dire wolf with the curled up kitten next to it, just saying, they come from the same home.
Yeah. That's the loading screen. That is. That's the loading
That's the
screen.
load.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Back up.
Great.
Just
Okay,
looking through
so-
my spells, seeing how I can amuse the cat since we're long resting.
So yeah,
Give it
so
a
you're
piece
able
of
to.
string.
If you're happy to stay the night, you set you up in the rooms he has there. So his house is obviously the one with the pen around it, but
Yeah.
you guys staying in this one. Again, it's as guarded as the other places. As it goes into night, it's people are sad to go as you see people leave the night. There's a few of the people also staying who also bought companions, also waiting on bank transfers to go through before they're allowed to leave with their pet. These people generally keep to themselves, a bit more of the high and mighty, we can afford to spend lavishly on animals kind of people, than the common folk who have to, or have to like pay only have to pay to come in and can't report anything else. There's a few kids crying that they can't get a good weasel or a cat while they were there, and the parents console them, thinking maybe next month we'll have enough saved and such
Oh.
as they leave. As it goes into night, is there anything you guys want to do during the night here at Original's Regional Recreational Home for House of Pets and Virtual Companions?
I will message you later.
I want to get some one-on-one
Yep.
time with my cat.
Yeah, the cat's as familiar-esque as you can imagine it. It's able to barely. It's quite intuitive in what you're about to ask it to do something, and it's quite intuitive. But it's almost it's predicting going there, as you say, or really enticed you hunting a piece of string, even though you've done it for the past 10 times or whatever.
Is it happy to like ride on my like shoulders?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
it likes of you.
Nice.
on the
Okay,
shoulders.
perfect.
I think I don't think Talari would do much. I think the only thing she would probably do is probably just make a comment to the group about just the sheer number of guards this place has. Like, she understands that, protecting your assets or whatever, but if this guy's got trained beasts of murder, why does he need this many guards?
Well,
This many.
no-
There's so many of them.
No walls, so he must need the extra force without any city walls. And we have heard of bandits and the like running around.
But again, like, if he's got a guardian wolves and winged lions and so on and so forth, surely if they
Maybe-
are as trained as he says they are,
But maybe it's not just against the outside. Maybe it's for the certain creatures he has inside that aren't so trained as well just yet.
I imagine he wouldn't want to send his experienced lions into combat. It'll be quite a big. Because how much experienced lion? Like 4,000 gold.
hmm
So yeah, quite a bit of gold he'd be risking there.
maybe. I don't know. He's got, two in front of every building and two at the front. I mean, it's like 12, 14, guards. It seems like a lot. You don't even get that. You barely get that much in a village or a town.
Also, remember they will work shifts, so he has more guards stashed somewhere,
this is
unless
it.
they're all up all night.
He said a garrison. I expect he's had a run-in with the bandits before.
I mean,
And
the
don't
war
forget, this is also his home. So it's not just his business, he's also protecting his home, and he seems like quite a wealthy man from what you've described of him. So why not splash out on some security?
I guess so. I just thought it was a bit weird. That's all. Just seems a bit, bit strange.
We'll keep an eye out tonight, Talari. Just to be sure.
And then, and no bandit attacks. You thought they would have tried. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's got a deal with the local bandits.
Could be paying them off. Easier just to pay them to go away.
Maybe.
Not so suspicious.
I'm getting suspicious now that Sonny said it. But I mean, at the
I
very
think-
least, I think his business of selling animals is legit. So I think in our for us, we're okay, kind of thing. Even if he's doing background shady dealings.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, means to an end, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, if he's paying bandits to stay away, I mean, it's good for us, right? Because we can just
Mm.
kill her.
Yeah. Well, guess the night will tell, I suppose.
Mm.
I mean, I assume me and Turi didn't overhear anything from the wagon to incriminate them in any way. Or any gossip, I guess. Because we would have been there for quite a while.
I mean, just a stable. There's not many
Yeah.
people that come in with horses. They all mainly come in by foot.
Yeah.
It's quite chill.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even walking around, even if you were to walk around the grounds, the guards generally keep to themselves. And the people are more interested in seeing the animals. So if you're not interested in the animals, then
Yeah.
or any gossip that would come through the people coming through, and it's all basically the same that you've been hearing so far. Like these are all people coming from Torn Village, who have travelled most of the day to get here and going to travel the rest of the day to get back.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll just see how it goes. But just thought it was a bit strange. That's all.
It's fair. You be as suspicious and such as you like.
Yeah. But no, I don't think she'll do much else. She'll just rest for the night. Oh, probably, say, oh, that's a dire wolf. Just look at Krusk's cat and just think, only the one cat, Krusk. Thought you were talking about five cats in a battalion of hawks.
Yes, I was discussing with the good Sir Reginald, and he would like me to prove myself with City here. Gives the cat a stroke, which which is a very 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 reasonable decision, I feel. And me and City, we already have a
Off.
deep bond.
Did
By
you?
being racist.
I see.
I was merely inquiring as to why all of his guards are linked. Related to each other.
You mean the same race, Krusk?
Yes, that.
I mean, to be fair, they can all see in the dark. They only need 4 hours rest. Kind of makes sense, really.
It's true, but it just seems suspicious.
Yes.
Yes. Nice. Excellent.
You've named this Sooty. Nadia, did you name your wolf? Or soon to be wolf, I suppose.
No.
Oh. I suppose it's a joint decision. I guess you paid it with Thoradin.
No, I guess it's Turi's gold.
Oh.
Turi's gold, not Thoradin's gold.
Under
Turi, you got any good names for the dog?
She's
Turi,
off.
DC'd. Perhaps we can call it Turi after Turi.
I don't think.
Would
I
get
don't.
confusing.
No. Yeah, we. Considering everyone seems to mix up me and Turi, I don't think adding another person with the same name or similar name is a good idea. I'm sure you guys will figure something out. You got all night to think about it.
You do. So, and on that, we'll leave the Ascendant lands for tonight. And next time we'll see what will happen during the long rest. Will nothing happen? Will everything happen? Who knows? And what will happen with City and the unnamed wolf?
Unnamed
so
doggo.
far?
I will think of a good name for the unnamed doggo.
Got to call it Sweep. No.
No, I'm
No?
not calling it Sweep.
Oh, it's a dog.
And sweet.
We're not having Sooty and Sweep. He's not a fucking hand puppet.
Oh, God damn it.
What's a good name for a wolf? Call it Lupin. Venus Lupin.
No, I'm not.
That's a bit on the nose, though, don't you think?
That's a shit name for a dog.
Oh.
I'll let us ruminate that over the week, and we'll see what happens next time. The Ascendant lands.
3, 2, 1.